Simple linear regression model. Let's look at how to perform the simple linear regression model in our programming. First, we are going to need this two parts. First and foremost, we are going to import our dataset. In order to import our dataset, we are going to install this so that we can read our dataset from an external source. And we are going to use the Woodbridge package. We are going to install this package. This package is what we are going to use in running the regression model. There are a lot of packages that can be used to run regression model in R, but in this particular training we'll be looking at, we're using the Woodbridge package in running the regression. So first and foremost, let me install I'm going to use this to import my dataset in R. I'm going to install this. I'll use it to import my dataset in R. That's the ReadXL package. Okay, I'm going to run this, but then I'm going to do the library. Okay, now first and foremost, we're going to run this. Just install the package. Now you can see it's telling me to install this particular package. I've already installed this package in my R Studio, so I don't need to install it. If you now install it, so go ahead and click yes to install the package. Then I also click this to activate the package. It's already activated here, but I've clicked to activate it. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to import the dataset into R. So first and foremost, I want to import the dataset into R. What I'm going to use get working directory. Let me see the directory I'm working with. My current directory I'm working with. Okay, now this is my current directory. So that means I'm working with this. So this is already my working directory. If this is not, if where you are working, the directory you are working on is not your current directory, you can set that by using the set working directory. You can use the set working directory. You can set that, and then you use this to set the working directory. That is, if I want to change this working directory, well, currently my file is located in this. Okay, is located here. This is the dataset I'll be using for this training. So it's already installed there. So the next thing I'm going to do is to import that using this ReadXL. Now in this ReadXL package, we have a particular package. Okay, let's call this car sales. Then I'm going to use the ReadXL or the ReadXS because it's an Excel file. Then I use the Excel function. Now this function is inside this package, ReadXL package. So these are the functions inside this particular package. I can decide to use this. I can decide to use this. So this is the name of the file I want to use.
Consecrated Christian. If that Christian doesn't constantly exercise faith in Christ and the cross.
.xl.
Understanding that it is through the cross that all powers of darkness will
Okay, fine. Also, I could also use this. Let me copy this. I could also do this. I could use the XLXX. Now we could import this. Now if we are already on the working directory, now you can see that has imported this file. Now this is a file. The moment I click on that, you can see the previous file. It has different columns, but the column I'm interested in is the sales column. I want to see the regression of sales on the fuel efficiency on car. I want to see if fuel efficiency of car represented by the MPG variable affects the sales of vehicle. So I want to see if the efficiency of a vehicle actually affects the sales of vehicle. So let me simply delete all this I don't need.
The cross of Christ has to do with deliverance.
Okay, now, so I could also use this to import it if I want to. I could also run that code. Either of those code will import an Excel file into your R Studio. Now, having done that, I want to view the dataset. I've already clicked here to view the dataset. I could also use um, a function known as the view function to view this particular dataset. To view this dataset. Okay, now we'll run this function to view this dataset. Now it's telling us view cannot be found. So let's try installing the tidyverse package. So we call install package. Okay, we installed package.
And you see that again, we have limited the cross of Christ to salvation. And I want to say it again, I dare not minimize salvation. But
what we are looking at the tidy verse. Okay, now this is the tidy verse. I've already installed this package. So whenever you run this, it will install the package into R. So you click on yes if you have not installed it yet, but I've already installed that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm now going to activate it. I'm going to activate that package by running this code. So I'm going to run this code and that will activate the package. Now the package is activated. So let's try. Let's try seeing this code. Now you can see I've run the code and I can now see my dataset using the view. There are different ways in which you can view your dataset. There are a lot of ways in which you can view your dataset in R. This is the name of my dataset. There are different ways in which you can view your dataset in R. Okay, now you can see that just gives me only the head of the dataset. Okay, I could also say then I can make use of the pipe function. The pipe function we cause a chain between these two functions, and I use the head. Okay, let's see this. Now you can see that is viewing the dataset. So there are different ways you can view your dataset in R. Okay, now we've now imported our dataset. Now we want to see the influence of fuel efficiency on the vehicle, on the sales of car. Okay, the next thing for me is to run my regression. Now before running my regression, I have to install the package, the regression package. And I said I'm going to use the Woodbridge regression package. So what I need to do now is copy this.
Everything that we need for life and living, then we're set out to try to accomplish life and living on our own.
Then you run this package if you haven't installed it on your R. I've already installed this on my R package and you keep on running. So now all I need to do is to activate it. If it's not activated, now it's activated. So now I can go ahead and run that package. Now in this particular package, there are various to see the function in this particular package. That's a Woodbridge package. We could now Woodbridge is actually Woodbridge is an author of an econometric textbook. He actually authored a particular textbook. No method of Woodbridge. He actually authored a particular textbook. He actually also a particular textbook, an econometrics textbook.
wretched man that I am. That's him talking in the tense as he writes this epistle.
Now, in this Broadbase package, I'm going to use the
In these verses, he is totally eliminating
linear regression model.
the Christian, even the Christian with knowledge, and is trying to move
I'm going to use this particular function.
for the one thing that can
Now you can see this particular function, formula, data set, and subset. So that's what we are going to use. So the first thing we are going to get the formula.
If we don't understand that,
Now the formula here, we are talking about what is a formula. So I want to look at the sales, but I want it to be the logarithm of sales, because the log of sales does better than sales. I do the log of sales, and I need.
and outside of faith in Christ and the cross, and outside of the law of the Spirit.
I want to use this.
I have seen
Okay, so I want to see the influence of that on fuel efficiency represented by MPG. That is one single variable. Then the next I need to provide is the data, and my data is this. That is my data. Okay, let's try running this. Running this. Okay.
Years or so that has been shared is
Now that gives me the regression model. Now you can see running the sales on fuel efficiency represented by MPG. We can see we have an intercept of 3.02776, and we have the MPG slope of approximately 0.01. To tell you that the influence of fuel efficiency on the sales of vehicle is positive. In other words, fuel efficiency have influence on the sales of vehicle. It has a positive influence on the sales of vehicle. Now, if I want to look at other measures of that, if I want to look at if the significance of the slope, and I want to see the goodness of feeders, I want to see the R square, I want to see how significance is my regression model, and I also want to test the hypothesis that the statistics, the P statistics, and the fuel efficiency slope is statistically different from zero. I want to test all this. All what I need to is simply use
God said that to Mr. Pentecost, a man who God used to bring the message of Pentecost to the whole world, to open up Pentecost to in the United States and abroad. Like
Okay,
no one else had
I'll just use hypothesis testing. Now I want to test all that. Okay, I want to test all this. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use what we call the summary. Now the summary also is an object.
And they really do. And to this day, the reality is,
I'm going to use a summary.
what happened, Brother Swagger, is the Lord takes the Baptist, Kenneth Weiss, to teach you some things about the Holy Spirit that you didn't understand.
Now this is a model LMR. So I'm going to run this model. I'm going to run that. Now I've run that. Now you can see that the slope is approximately 0.01. I will say the intercept. Now you can see the standard error. Now the standard error for the slope is closer to 0. That is telling us that our model is actually a very nice model, because we're using the logarithm transformation of sales. Now it's telling us, look at the T statistics. T statistics telling us that using the rule of thumb, once your data set is more than 30, we can use a T statistics of 5. Now you can see this is not less than 5. We have 0.5. That means it's not significant. Okay, and then we have the p-value. Now you can see our p-value is greater than 1%, it's greater than 10%, it's greater than 5%. So that will tell you that the influence of the influence of fuel efficiency on the sales of car is not significant. In other words, fuel efficiency does not influence the sales of car. The sales of car does not determine whether a person buys a car or not. Okay, now you can see this asterisk. As this asterisk is telling us that when you see three asterisks, there is significance even at 0% is significant. Two asterisks then is significant at 1%, and this is significant at 1%. So we can see the level of significance, but the saying of the intercept is already significant. Whether a car is fuel efficiency or not, um, the car will always have a sale. In other words, people will definitely buy that particular model of car, whether the car is efficiency in the use of fuel or not. People will definitely buy the car. Now let's look at the residual standard error. Now you can see the residual standard error. We have 1 point this and 155 degree of freedom. Yeah. Then now we have the multiple square. That's the R square. Now this R square is telling us that the influence of a 1% increase in fuel efficiency of a particular vehicle, it leads to 0.00. Approximately, it leads to no increase in the sales of cars, which confirms the hypothesis testing and the significance level. So the adjusted R square now is telling us it's even negative. So that is a difference. And now the F statistics tells the overall significance, the overall test of significance. That is, we look at how significant is the slope. That's a B1 and B2. That's the intercept and the slope. How significant are they together if they're statistically different from zero? So looking at them both, now we have a F statistics of this on 155 degree of freedom. Then we have the p-value of this to tell you that it is not significant. Formally continue to it also confirm this particular result we got there. So this how to run a linear regression model. How you will like the video, kindly share, subscribe, and give it a thumb print. Thank you for watching.